From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
21. Here we go.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive.
Watch the screen.
Well, fellas, here we go.
They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. And it is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
Here we go. Go right in.
They scared. Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. 3 down.
1st down, Prescott. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after him.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Rush in.
Here we go. Kill.
Mark 38.
Now Prescott. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. Cooper was the target there.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Here we go.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. That's complete to John Ross. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Here we go.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Slam.
21.
Shift.
Hey, alert.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
At the Cowboys' 18-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54.
Hey, gun. Hey, watch that. Check right, 54.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. First catch for the NFL's catch leader after 1 week, and it's a first down.
The coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Check. Walk 54.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Here we go.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington. They'll try to run with Breida. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
On 2nd and very short, Prescott, the safety, Buda Baker, there to force the incompletion. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Hey, kill. Mike 38, Mike 36. Focus, defense, focus. 38 to Mike.
shot from the gun on third. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Here we go, here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. On the ground, Kamara. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 4-yard line.
Here we go,
The
here we go,
last
here we
run
go.
got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch left, watch left, watch left.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Out of the shotgun, Breida trying to run inside, but nothing there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Let's go, Vic.
Flag! Hey, Haywood! White.
54. Right, 54. Here we go.
Hey, gun.
Here we go. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And the ball is knocked out. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 36-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And down to the 28-yard line. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and now it's 2nd down.
Here we go. 180. 21. 21.
Bang, 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 bang.
Yes.
A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shock play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Let's go.
Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'd be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. DK Metcalf, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
At the 31-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
You ain't got nothing.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Prescott from the gun. And that is incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Yeah, but you're good at it.
Well, I try.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Jim. Twist. 22, check, over. 22, check, over.
Then we're going to 53.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
26.
And again, it's Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. But it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
They'll throw again. Prescott got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
3rd and 3.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
We're going to 54. One of his. We're going to 52.
Prescott yet again. Cooper's got it. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
You have to give big-time credit to the cornerback on that play. Most of them like to just sit back and say, I'm playing pass. But he diagnosed that play so fast and got into the backfield for a loss of yardage. That's a monster play by a corner.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike 54.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
65.
Snap comes at 1. Garoppolo going deep downfield for Ross. And this will be caught at the 30. A big play there for the Niners. And even 50 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get them about 5 yards. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Matt Breida, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Prescott, and he will find his man on the end route. Complete. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, count. 47. Here we go, 46. Here we go, go to 54, 180. 26.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Watch tight end's right. 3 down. He's coming. We got double up. Check 52.
We're going to 54. 180. Hey, 47.
Buck 38.
We're going to 54. 180.
Me and you all day.
26.
A first down throw for Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Garoppolo to throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
21. Hey, go.
Garoppolo. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. The secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, we're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get the confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
White. Hey, Alpha.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Watch the run. Hey, check right.
21.
All day. Kill.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And able to find Dorsett. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. On first down, here's Breida. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. Second down. This is Breida. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So good work there to get points just before the half as they add on to their lead.
As trite as it sounds, every little bit helps. That's exactly what they're going for. Anytime you get a chance to put points on the board, you take it.
And they didn't leave the other side with much time at all on the clock. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
Let's see if that script is a good one for them. The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Prescott now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. It was Minkah Fitzpatrick that time to break that one up.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
They throw again on second down. This one's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. Here's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now Prescott. And he will find his man on the outside. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. Prescott now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Prescott. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The safety boot of Baker there to force the incompletion.
But there's no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
I got you. Back.
To the air again, Prescott. And he comes back with one complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Derwin James with a pick. The 40, the 20, 10, and into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Now Garoppolo and the Niners will come up and go for 2. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
2 yards on the pickup.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
He's checking.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down.
Here we go. 180! 6!
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Mike.
Move!
Check 55. Mike. Time to go. Night.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. If they needed a break, they needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Here we go, 46.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing, Prescott. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
I'm here all day.
Hey, kill. 47. 26.
First down, Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw, Prescott. And he comes back with one complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 29-yard line. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz, too fast to handle. After the sack on 1st down, Prescott, and he fires one incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions maybe in the back of his mind. Third and long for Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
Fourth down.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this score will stay right where it is. You know that they were thinking second half comeback here. That's a big miss if they want to have a chance at that comeback.
A very big miss because time is becoming a real factor now, and they're 3 scores down.
So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
Here we go, here we go. You want this?
Throwing again on second down. Garoppolo. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Julian Love picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Well, Throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Prescott. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. And again, it's Prescott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From a yard out, and the Cowboys get a bit closer. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Here we go.
Garoppolo. 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10.
36, 36.
21, 21.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter.
Here we go, here we
Ball
go.
up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Everyone's got four down. Watch twist.
21.
Here's Breida. Just bowling over tacklers. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a second and 3.
11.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3 at the 42-yard line.
Check. 2.
They run again with Breida. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to face a third down.
Here we go.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. The Niners on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, alert!
Check 55 to Mike. Nice, sweetheart.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Now, this is going to carry well into the end. Zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
38, Mike, 38. Check.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run with Elliott. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Prescott from the gun. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Check. We're going to 53.
First and 10.
Prescott on first down. It's caught. Cooper. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Prescott down. And he's got his man on the out route. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Back, here we go. We're going to 54. Right here.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Again, it's Elliott. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. The Cowboys on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This game has really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim 1-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Let's go.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now it's Breida. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for, and taken.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go down? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down at 17. Prescott to throw it. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 82 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop. and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Stop your whining. Kill, kill, kill.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Filled up, he picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Garoppolo now. A desperation. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for San Francisco, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.